It's now Greg Fleming, President and CEO of Rockefeller Capital Management. Greg is also former President of Morgan Stanley Wealth Management. Greg, good morning. And as someone that tries to advise people on what to do, it would have been over the last 8-9 months during the pandemic, would have been very difficult with the news that hits us every day to say either stay invested or get more invested. How did you navigate through that, and how do we do it from here?
You know, Joe, the last time I was on with you and Becky, it's good to be here again, was in March, just as this whole thing was breaking. And if you think about the events between then and now and all of the volatility up and down, you know, 35-ish% drawdown in the S&P in the first month after the pandemic hits, 60% up from there. Vaccine news moving the market as much as it is, including creating a rotation. For us, with clients, we're very focused on long-term plans and making sure you do that with somebody who's providing advice. As you know, at Rockefeller, we've got high-end private wealth advisors that are providing counsel to clients. They bring family office services in so they can do generational planning. That's a really, really important thing in markets like this. And you see it when it's not possible for anybody to be able to call the types of things that are happening in these markets. And actually, even at this point, and we'll talk about this following the news this morning, the rotation that's in place going forward from here, what happens in the next few months, markets obviously looking out 6-12 months based upon the notion that the pandemic will wind down in 2021 as we move through it. So advice, having a plan and sticking with it, very, very important.
Well, I think we heard, and yeah, I know you were watching earlier because I heard from you, but you know, you add, unfortunately, getting to 30% of the population having seen the virus is not great, and you attach any mortality rate to that, and it's not great. But there are 30% of the people that are not going to transmit it, and you combine it with the way the vaccine is administered. It won't be quick enough, obviously. Everyone can't get it at once, but all that seems to be positive data points for getting life back to normal sometime next year, which I would think is something that would be positive, make for a positive investing environment for what you're telling clients.
No question, Joe. And actually, you did the math when you were talking to, I believe, Scott Gottlieb. The number of Americans that would have been exposed to the virus in Scott's math gets to approximately 30%. You start putting a vaccine out there in large numbers, you're going to see the transference of the virus go down a lot, and that's what the stock market's looking at right now. Even though the next 2 or 3 months could be as difficult as any we've seen, and as you said, with some very sad consequences for so many people, the market's thinking 6-12 months from now, you could see the whole pandemic starting to wind its way down, and in fact, you know, a lot of the experts I talk to say it ultimately will probably go out with more of a whimper, where cases just start to really be reduced because of the combination of the number of people who've been exposed to it, as well as the prevalence of a vaccine as you get well into 2021.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.